Yeet!
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, you look at the Packers in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Green Bay's offense trots out, and just as it has been since Week 1 of the 2008 season, Aaron Rodgers leads the way, now in his 18th year in the National Football League. Rodgers going to the air to start things out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
And this is caught. Mercedes leads that goal for 13. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. The Packers have fouled him, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. Get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week. Story now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a cut.
8 touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns.
So this will be the 8th play of the drive. Rodgers going to throw. It finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Got a man, that's Lazard. And gain of 24. Now Jones. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive.
Ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal.
They've got after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did. Right? As well, big-time game.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers on the ground for Gibson. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Wentz now to throw. Got this complete to Jahan.
Based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or in space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Gibson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he keeps right on trucking.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Wentz. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle. To the football here on 2nd down. Now Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 19. Give him 10 yards there as this offense.
On this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quay Walker brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker, making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler, as he just did right there.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he on 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. And it's a 41-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it down.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real
consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure.
A 2nd down and 6 coming up. Again, it's Jones. He'll get a yard. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. And Rodgers with the give. It's Aaron Jones. To push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Rodgers now to front. He gets it over the middle to Cobb.
Quickness and speed. They catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw.
Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion. And he can't get. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll only get
stopped, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And he'll be brought down just. Now a first down carry by Jones.
He's going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They try to throw the Cowboys to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 11. Able to find Lazard. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard.
A nice throw and catch there. That allows the officials to move the sticks one more time and set up 1st and 10.
Nice play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're going to be set up now.
Make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go long.
Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Theo Dobbs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget it.
Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down.
After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he won't. Here's Gibson to start the drive. That's to about the...
For a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And Wentz will not be able to get rid of it. He's taken down for a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to avoid it, it pay off in this case.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Right at the 50-yard line. Completion on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he was able to shed. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Will go down as a gain of 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of it's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to added 7 to it. Now you're talking about a really big swing. Almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
He is going to lose yardage here. On play action, it's Wentz. Looking for Dotson, he's got him. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets instant 10, just outside the 30. Now Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Lining its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to... Now Wentz again. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Now another timeout called for, 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw is Wentz. Forced out to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
The officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
They run the toss now with Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to give
them the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because they're going
through a couple of plays. This Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds and twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Play action. Now Wentz. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now field goal. This from 25 yards out. Sly able to put this one through, and that will cut the lead down to 13. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up.
Field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Their next drive underway. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And that one closing in on halftime with the Cowboys out on top. CeeDee Lamb, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady at it again. 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And that one all even as they play the visiting Cleveland Browns. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for Washington, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And no anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told first half opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback.
To throw, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. And that is
overdo it. You could turn it over and hurt your team.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 30. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. Takes the DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And that, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out.
9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking right.
Weeks in a row. You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Play now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game.
31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And not a whole lot. Carry, here's 2nd and 7. 58. On the delay, Jones. Heck of a move.
Closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Meanwhile, on 3rd, the kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way they're
because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, This is a different game, but as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And no better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together.
From the 45 on second down, Wentz over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. Give them 12. Wentz to throw again. Throwing over the receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling real.
But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this out past the 25. 64 yards for him on the ground now on 18.
That play. Supposed to have him pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position.
11. Throwing now is Rodgers. Slant route, he's got Dobbs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the right side with Jones. He'll take it. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape.
Rodgers going to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. Deep shots, and probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good yardage on the complete score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll be marked down right at the
1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try to cover him before he gets going.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Put it up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. 2. You have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Well, how did Atlanta have the lead against New England and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching it after the loss. An inside give to Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of speed. Blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Open man, this is Lewis. Up the middle, Jones. A little juke. And he's got this down to the 35. They're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? And you set it down. The clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver.
Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player.
And this one is no good. He missed it.
But the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down.
Time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Wentz. And he wide.
And you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple wrecks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Slings this deep from McLaurin, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. A give to Jones. And this winds up. And here's Jones again on second down.
They practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
Now it's Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And now right out of the 2-minute break. Off the option, it's Jones. The Commander's going to... Now Rodgers. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And able to get this down. The give is to Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll elect not much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we...
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. Toward the right.
It's like a lost cause.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however.
Foul.
Let's see what
Roughing
that's
the
about.
passer. Defense.
Fourth down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stick.
Get to the line quickly. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. He's going to let it fly. That's good. Wentz now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now Wentz got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just... Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the Packers, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Washington, they dip to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.